Islamabad, and the problem began, not with a whimper but with a bang. The complainants' legal team desperately met a sad day. It had to happen, perhaps, many observed. May joy come, they hoped in a packed courtroom No1 where the historic Panama Leaks case was heard on Thursday. Before the worthy judges took their seats at 11:30 a.m., many lawyers, politicians and journalists were discussing the case of closure of liquor shops in Sindh, the Turkish president's address to parliament, and a senior lawyer predicted a judicial commission to be formed for the leaks probe. The judges entered. All stood up to show the respect. Silence prevailed over the 30-feet-long beautiful hall illuminated with around 21 lights kissing thousands of books decorated along the bench. Perhaps, it was a mere coincidence when one could witness PTI Chairman Imran Khan, Jamaat-e-Islami Ameer Sirajul and Awami Muslim League Chief Sheikh Rashid sitting next to one another. Tariq Asad, one of complainants in this case, repeated the old story whereas Manzoor Butt, counsel for G, followed in his footstep. Now, it was Hamid Khan, top legal brain for PTI, who took the rostrum. He started reading Premier Sharif's 3 speeches word to word. He argued for 80 minutes but failed to produce solid evidence. At one moment it seemed as if he lost the argument. One could see gloom dawn on faces of PTI's top leadership sitting behind their legal brains who were badly in need of solid evidence to prolong their arguments. Silence prevailed and a few of top court's ushers were found napping, but Sharif family's legal team, Akram Sheikh and Salman Butt, with a couple of young barristers, remained pretty much alert. A moment came when I whispered to Akram Sheikh about his view in the hall, if he is ready for the arguments. "We will cross that bridge when we come to it," Sheikh said with a smiling face. Hamid Khan continued telling old stories and Justice Asmat Saeed posed tough questions. Even the worthy judge once went into deep thoughts with folded hands near face. Abruptly, he stopped Hamid Khan as saying, "Read documents of respondents and you might find some clue to contest your client's case." It was the time when I remember PTI MNA Dr. Shireen Mazaris, who once whispered when we entered the courtroom together as saying, "N-leaguers bring everyday new fairy tales to save their king, PM Sharif." Many PPP legislators were also seen carefully hearing arguments of complainants' legal team, which engaged the attention of the judges towards the Sharif's contradictory statements. However, the judges called a spade that we are not going to probe the entire life of a person, PM Sharif, his political life, political statements, his past. At that specific moment PTI leader Naeem Ul-Haq and MNAs Ali Muhammad Khan and Asad Umar, standing behind legal team, went into deep thoughts by folding their hands on their faces. Around 90 minutes passed. PTI's crew of legal brains could not come up with arguments. "No joy for PTI today," State Minister Abid Sher Ali whispered into ear of MNA Dalal Chaudhry, who is sitting right next to me. "If complainants' legal team continues such arguments, the case will end by 2029, Justice Asmat Saeed remarked in a light mood. Abruptly, Naeem Bakhari, standing right to Hamid, took the rostrum. But perhaps judges were not in mood of hearing his apparently irrelevant arguments. Bakhari in 3 minutes turned Panama Leaks case into a political case after he argued, "I want to read judgments of Zafar Ali Shah's case," etc. Then a moment of smile came when judges asked Bakhari, "It's your turn now to read the judgments." Earlier Hamid Khan recited PM's speeches. Bakhari smiled and said, "My gracious lords, your lordship got angry. I'm not asking to validate dictator Musharraf's takeover under the doctrine of necessity." It prompted one of learned judges' anger, who responded quickly, "Please mind your words." Then golden clock fixed on the wall of this hall struck 1:30 p.m., the time worthy judges relieved themselves usually. But before leaving the bench they told PTI's legal team to get prepared by November 29 and then came out again, and we have to hear other important cases next week. Before everybody left the court I asked Hamid Khan, why did the going get tough for PTI's top legal brain today, November 17? Such cases, like Panama Leaks, are not decided based on observations, Hamid Khan said. We will have to wait till the final verdict comes, Khan observed. But we, the lawyers, plead our cases with new strategy every day, so I hope for the best.